Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Water Dog, and in today's video, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite vampires from Sword of Caine. But before I do that, please do me the kind favor of hitting up my sponsor, KGS Cards. Gang, that is my go-to place, man. I am a brick and mortar store owner. I am a player, and they do a great job giving me all that great new VTES product. And right now, if you go to the website, www.kgs-cards.com, get yourself an order out there. You can get yourself a 3rd tradition progeny and a 4th tradition accounting promo cards. That's right, www.kgs-cards.com. Tell them the Water Dog sent you. Rob. Oh, man. Sword of Caine. Now, let me get to this thing right here because I wanted to kind of make sure I was looking at this right here for you. This is the set that came out in 2007. Now, this is a follow-up to 3rd edition. And it's a 60 card set. It only had 20 vampires, and it mainly focused on a Black Hand, okay? And so there's not a whole lot there. And it's a set, to me, where I just don't see a lot of the vampires, typically speaking, get played as much. I see a lot of the mechanics from the set that get played, but I don't see a lot of the vampires as often coming from the set as played. But for me, I played, because I did like third edition, and for me, a lot of these vampires just kind of fell right into those decks. You know what I'm saying? And so I like playing them, but that's just me. Once again, these are my favorites, not necessarily what I think is the best. It's just the ones that I felt like I played with the most. And so here we go. Hit the number 10 spot. Ash Harrison. He's a Tremere Intention Brew. He's got little lightning, little chain, big eye, big pentagram. He's a Sabbat. Once each round, if the range is long, Ash may strike for 1 range aggravated damage. He's Black Hand. He's at the 7 capacity. And he's something that you could put into, your Nefandus decks. He works great into that just to have the one-up. And what I like about it is that he's got that built-in aggravated damage strike. Okay, and so from a defense point of view, because you've got superior aspects with him, you can do some blocking, and then you can defend yourself and do some damage in combat. Also, because you got big aspects, you can bounce bleed with him. So, especially heads up, that card becomes an intercept. One thing again, if you know anything about me, I don't like to have a dead card. I rather have telepathic misdirection over deflection. And so there you go. At the 9 spot, it's Hagar Stone. He is a Malkavian Intention Brew. He's got a little blank, big eye, big demontation, Sabbat vampire. While Hagar is ready, you have +1 hand size. While Hagar is unlocked, do not replace cards you play on your turn until Hagar locks or your turn ends. Black Hand, 6 capacity, and he is just really good because you get the +1 card, and he's typically the vampire that I'm going to bleed with first. Okay, simply because I don't want to have to deal with the replacement thing, because that is kind of the downside. But getting that +1 extra hand size to get superior demontation and to have an Auspex, really good. On the QV, I can then bounce the bleed, telepath misdirection, really good. Hagar Stone hits the 9 spot for me. At the 8th spot, it's Saul. He is a lasombra. He's got big chemistry, big chain, big obtenebration, big fist, Sabbat, Black Hand. Saul may burn a blood during your discard phase to untap another ready Black Hand vampire. He's at 8 capacity. He works really good in those Black Hand decks. Particularly with all the Seraph untapping stuff that's going on. And then you've got, you can put Saul in there with those decks as well. And you've got a lot of untapping that's going on with your Black Hand. You're able to take a lot of different actions and then be able to react. And so that's really good. That's why Saul hits the 8th spot. At the 7th spot, it's Nails. Nosferatu Intention Brew, little paw, little blank, little cat's eye, big fist, Sabbat Black Hand, and he's at the 5 spot. Nails he's one of my inside dirt vampires, is what I like about him. So you play these low capacity Nosferatu Intention Brew vampires, and you can play the inside dirt. Nails is really good for that, and that's why you see him there. And just a really, really good vampire for playing that inside dirt. With the little paw, you're able to, once again, you're able to unlock and block because you've got little animalism, and so there you go. At the 6th spot, Dr. Moral, the Skin Doctor, Samisi, got a little mountain, big eye, big vicissitude, Sabbat, black hand. Moral may put a graft counter on an ally as a D action. An ally with a graft counter has -1 stealth. All right. This is a vampire that's one of the go-to vampires that you're going to see in a Samisi deck. I play him in mine. I like him because at the low capacity, I got the fortitude and I've got the big aspects along with the big vicissitude. And so I'm able to do all of those things that I need to do. He's good for blocking. He's good for bouncing. He's good for the combat and everything else. And he fits right into him. Like I said, he's in my Samisi deck. And my Group 5 Samisi deck is really, really strong. So I like Dr. Moore. He's a fixture in that deck. At the 5th spot, okay, Ludimera, Hardik, Nosferatu Antichabu, Big Blank, Sabbat Vampire. If Ludimera successfully bleeds a Methuselah who controls a ready titled vampire, she does not unlock as normal during her next unlock phase, Black Hand 3 capacity. She is basically designed to do your inside dirt. She is a low-cost inside dirt vampire. That's what she does, okay? And so she's really good at that. The penalty, you have to kind of watch if you're going to use her to bleed. You have to kind of watch that. But really, what you're using, her for more than anything else, or using him for, okay, is you're using that vampire to basically get your inside dirts off. So there you go, 5th spot. Number 4, Marge Caine, Malkavian Antichabu. We got little eye, little mountain, big demontation, big blank, big fist, Sabbat black hand, 7 capacity, and she's of course a part of that Malkavian bleed deck. And what I really like about it is the fact that if she gets into trouble, she can defend. Also, you can use her to multi-act because she does have the fortitude. And so she bleeds well. She can then take the next action. And sometimes with the next action, if you need to, horseshoes. Just saying, horseshoes. Really good. I'm going to bleed you for, let's say, 4 to 6. I don't know. Let's see what we can come up with. Usually you're going to bleed with her for about 4. And then you unlock, and then you throw a horseshoe at somebody and say, good luck. There you go. Number 4 spot, Marge. At the 3 spot, Nism Alatif, Assamite, or as we would say today, Banu Hakim. Little demontation, big paw, big lightning, big blank, big quietus, Sabbat, black hand. Damage from Nizim's hand strike is aggravated. The blood curse does not affect Nizim. All right, excuse me. He's 9 capacity. He's just really good, and he goes really, really good in my Black Hand Banu Hakim deck. I have this Quietus deck. He's one of the vampires that's in that deck. And so if you go to the video over Quietus for me, then you'll see this vampire in the crypt list. I can't remember the episode number offhand, but really good vampire for that. I love the fact that his strikes are aggravated, very much like when I talked about Hector in third edition. To be able to send a vampire to Topor in combat, puts a lot of fear, and so you're able to do some things that you would normally be able to do. And the other thing is, it doesn't take a card to do it. So there you go. Nism Alatif, really good vampire, takes the 3 spot. At the 2 spot, Lamelik, the twice damned little cat's eye. Big eye, big demontation, big chain, big mountain, big blank space, Sabbat. Lamelik strikes with first strike. Black hand, Seraph, +1, bleed, +1, strength. If there was ever a vampire designed to be a 1 vampire for the water dog, this is one of them, man. It's 11 capacity, and it can just do a lot of different things. It just does a lot of different things. And the great thing is having superior obfuscate, having superior fortitude, having superior aspects, you're able to do a lot of different things. And don't forget, even with superior dominate, okay? Because if you need to grave rob, there you go. You need a puppet master, there you go. So it does a lot of things. Govern, unlock, take another action, block if you need to block, bounce if you need to bounce. Don't forget the little cat's eye. Little cat's eye, you know what they can do? They give you homunculus. You know what that helps you do? That helps you do a lot of things on defense, because you can then unlock with the homunculus, That plays right into Inklecog and all that other good stuff. He's just a good one vampire. He takes the 2 spot. The number 1 spot, though, man, I love Zabata. And, I talked about this in the one vampire videos that I did earlier and kind of broke Zabata down for you there. If you go to episode 16, you will see the one vampire Zabata deck. And she's just my favorite. One of the things is the fact that she's an abomination. She's a werewolf vampire. That's one of the major attractions. The other thing is the art. The art, I gotta play this vampire, man. She's just a cool looking vampire. And it's an abomination. And so you have all those things. So let's kind of get to it. You got Little Mountain, Little Snake, Big Blank, Big Asterisk, Big Cat's Eye, Sabbat, Zabata, gets +1 bleed when bleeding a Methuselah who controls no ready vampires with capacity above 6, Black Hand, Scarce, Sterile, 8 capacity. She's just really a lot of fun to play. And of course, one of my favorite things to do with her is to make her go Anarch. And then all of a sudden now you've got all the Anarch cards that feed right into her as well. And so she's just a lot of fun to play. I've still got my one vampire Zabata where nothing in the crypt but Zabata. That's it. Just 12 copies of Zabata, and that's what I play. And I have played it on numerous occasions in casual play. Haven't played it probably in about, 10 months to a year. I haven't pulled out because I've just been building so many different decks here lately, and I haven't had a chance to pull her out and play in a while. But just a lot of fun. I love all the disciplines. Don't forget about the Serpentis. The Serpentis stuff is strong, okay? Especially with temptation and stuff like that. And so it allows you to do those particular things. Enticement, even though you're not enticing for 3, you still get an enticement for 2 with Zabata. So there's a lot of little tricks that can come into play with her. It's one of the reasons why she is my favorite vampire from that set. And one of my favorite vampires of all time, actually. So there you go. Well, gang, that's the list, man. That's it. That's my top 10 favorites, okay? I appreciate you watching. Y'all take care. Hey, man, thanks for watching Reading Between the Lines. If you'll do me the kind favor, if you look right there. You see that little circle? That says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. Underneath that, that's a playlist. So if you want to watch more videos, hit the playlist. It's not complicated. It's real simple. Subscribe. Playlist. Subscribe. Playlist.